So it's time for question and answer number 59. Apparently, these get watched more than all of my other videos. And everybody asks me usually, Donna, why do you feel that is? And I'm like, okay, Dr. Phil, if you really want to know, I think it's because I'm that interesting of a person and people want my point of view, whether it be about my life or about relationships. And tonight is going to prove that point. I've got 20 questions here for question and answer number 59. And then we're going to do relationship advice number 19. Can you believe that? Well, anyway, let's start with question number 1. Did you enjoy your time outside today? For those who are friends with me on Facebook, you already know what I done outside today. After Grandpa went outside early this morning and he used the rider mower, yes, I went outside using the push mower. And I push mowed the backyard, the entire backyard, behind the garage and where the rock is, where the bush is, and then came out front here and did around my little seashell garden because I'm very anal when it comes to that. I love to have it exact, perfect, with no weeds, and the seashells very, you can, when you look down, the very first thing I want you to see is a seashell because I just love shells that much. And also my flowers out there because I'm very proud of them. They're doing extremely well. And of course, mowing the boulevard, which some know I've had some wonderful trouble with that. But it's all mowed, and around the sewer area is mowed. I like to keep that down so there's no raccoons, rats, or any other variant thing that might come out of the sewer. Some people say, well, Donna, why do you do that? And it's like, I think I'm talking to a brick wall, because the reason I do that is I want the yard not to only look good, but do you want those rascals and varmints running around? I don't think so. So what's a good way to keep them down? Keep it mowed. Duh. Before we go any further, I've got to mention this is a Maurice's tank top from 2 years ago. So that gave me like a boost in the ego. So just saying. Recently on Facebook, you posted about really paying it forward. You took time out of your day to go the extra mile. Like an electronic cart, which was sitting outside of County Market. You drove that cart inside so someone else would have it. You also gave the male person a treat. What makes you do that? And do you believe that those acts of kindness will help others learn from that? And do you believe that may give them the inspiration to give back as well? What a loaded question. I'm a heavy believer that if you see something that you can help make a small difference in somebody else's day, you should do it. You should go the extra mile. You should not question it, not be like, what's the intentions? But do it out of the good of the heart, out of kindness, out of believing that there is good people out there that can make the bad people go away. And you know what? Don't expect anything in return other than you gave back and you helped someone else in the process. If it makes somebody else do an act of kindness, as you will, or as you stated, I think that then that I have made an impact to make this world a better place. And that is what is most important out of doing an act of kindness, is making the world a better place. With the heat, it's understandable about not cooking tomorrow. But will you miss it? And what would have been on the menu? Great questions. I would have said, yes, I'm going to miss it because I actually enjoy that time of, getting it ready, putting it in the pot. Yes, it's a little stressful, but I do enjoy it because it's like I'm doing an act of kindness for my family, and they do appreciate it. They tell me that I'm learning well, and everything, that I'm getting the act of cooking down, and Grandma, God bless her soul, she never wanted me in the kitchen. She just wanted me to stay out of the kitchen and be like, you know what, we'll go out to eat. And that was always her answer for things. I don't know if it was because of her health or because she just didn't want me in the kitchen. But that was always her answer for things. So I feel like I've learned a lot with cooking, and I'm going to miss it tomorrow, yes. I hope to get back to it in the future, we'll put it that way. there was a discussion about my birthday today, which my mom wanted me to come down to her house, and I'm like, no. We're going to go to a restaurant, A. B, if it's not Cracker Barrel, it's going to be another restaurant, because tomorrow we're doing Cracker Barrel at 2 o'clock. So hopefully that goes well, and I think it's wise not cooking because it makes the house hotter. And Grandpa has a way of turning on the heat right now during a heat wave, okay? So it's not cool. You enjoy reading and adult coloring. Which one would you say that you enjoy more than the other? Ooh, that's tough. To me, the reading is a good way to learn more about A, relationships, and B, understanding how the mind works. With coloring, it's a very tedious, okay, what goes here, what goes there? Does it look good? What can I improve all the time? So to me, I love both equally. I can't pick one other than the other, but I enjoy that question. Thank you. Since you worked outside today and had a migraine with nausea, will you work out tonight? This is a question that I was discussing with my grandpa earlier. I know that I should, but I know also that I'm very frustrated with the DVD player in the front room. You see, we had so many people here last week working on this house. We had the guy come out for the hot water heater, which he caused more problems than he did good. I have to say that. He did put in a hot water heater. They went up, they worked on the chimney, made all kinds of noise, got lines here in my bedroom, going out bazooka now. And not only that, we have another issue that I don't wish to share, but it's disgusting. And then on top of that, if that isn't good enough, this other gentleman who's supposed to be a carpenter, he came and fixed the porch, went downstairs, put this support beam in. Now the foundation of the house is wanting to give way. Yours truly is so nervous about it that I get anxious coming into my own bedroom, just saying. Not only that, but there's just so much about this young man that I'm just so irritated with him. He came back last week to fix the front room because Grandpa got sick and tired of seeing some of the cracks in the front room, and he fixed some of them. But in the mean process of doing that, now my DVD player doesn't work. So if it ain't one evil, it's another. So I tell you, we've not had the best of luck. We had the phone giving us issues in the front room, or not the front room, but the dining room, and sometimes in the front room. But the nice gentleman there, that's only been the one that I approve of out of all three. He came and he put a nice new phone, because we have the maintenance program, and they put a nice new phone in the dining room that matched exactly the hard of hearing phone that I paid extra for 2 years ago for Grandma for Christmas. But other than that, if I would have known that the DVD player wasn't working while he was here, I would have had him look at it, because I don't want to have to go get another DVD player just because the stupid building guy now has ruined my DVD player, which is a DVD Blu-ray player. I'm just angry about that. But moving on. And will I work out tonight? It all depends. If I can't get that DVD player working, I probably will work out, because it gives me a sense of peace and a sense of I'm doing something constructive for myself. So it all depends on how it works out. Do you enjoy Snapchat or Instagram? Which one better? I used to enjoy Instagram a whole bunch. I really did. But on Snapchat, which I'm learning slowly, I do like the different filters that you can use. I think that's fun. I don't agree with, there's a character on Snapchat that I don't know who this character is. And since I lost my phone, remember that a couple of years ago, I had a cell phone that my grandparents had got me. It was a straight talk phone. I had put it on top of my car at the time at Arby's to load Grandma's wheelchair in the back. Well, there was always a controversy. Did it go down in the sewer? Because I had asked them to go through the trash. They claimed they did at Arby's. They claimed that they had looked everywhere they could for it, and it never came up. Well, there's a character on my Snapchat that goes by the name My Other Phone. So I will always wonder if that is the phone that I lost at Arby's. You see what I'm saying? So that has me wondering. But other than that, I'm like going, you know what? If a person really wants to know more about me and looks at my picture and goes, I wonder if this or that, you know what? To hell with you, honey. If you don't have a mouth that you can speak up and reach out and actually let me know who the hell you are other than my other phone, does that mean that you have my phone and that you just want to use my phone for purposes of your own, which has got me wondering that too. But in another sense, it's like, let it go. So I don't know anymore. Whoever my other phone is, thank you for looking at my pictures for whatever it's worth. I don't know why you do it anyway. Okay. Would you ever ride a motorcycle? You know, I've never really had a passion for motorcycles. Now, horses, I've always had a passion for horses. Motorcycles, you know, back when my favorite country music singer, Wade Hayes, had this one, which I adored it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm all about motorcycles. You know, that was cool and everything. But I was younger then too. Now that I've gotten older, I don't look at taking so many risks. And to me, riding a motorcycle without the proper helmet, the proper gear and everything, there's so much that could go wrong and you could die instantly on those things. So no, I don't have any love for motorcycles, but I have always wanted to ride a horse, just saying. You didn't attend a Bagel Fest. Did you miss that? You know, I'm going to be honest with you. All the festivals and the fairs this year have lacked their luster because, you know, our family has went down in size, A. B, they had John Michael Montgomery over there at Red, White, and Blue Days. Now, we didn't go because, A, it was raining, my mom didn't feel well, and honestly, I wanted to see Deal or No Deal. All three combined, we just didn't go. So, you know, I took the vacation day, but I don't look at it as a waste because my car that day got a new oil change, which is an SUV, so it's not a car. And it got new windshield wipers. And, you know, you got to look at the positive, and they outweigh the negatives. So that was a positive situation where, you know what, yeah, I stayed home, but I felt like I got a lot done, you know. Missing Bagel Fest, it's not such a big deal to me the older I get. Again, I think about previous Bagel Fest where my grandma would send us to go get funnel cakes, you know, and I think about the lemon shake-ups that, you know, Mike and my mom would have and stuff like that. But to me, the fair food doesn't have that much luster to it. And the entertainment, if you want to go there, they had Oak Ridge Boys last night, which there's nothing wrong with them. But the heat was very terrible. Ticket prices were ridiculous. And tonight's entertainment was some 1964 act. Hello, I was born in 77. I have no love for that. And honestly, they could do better with entertainment. I mean, the Oak Ridge Boys was okay, but they could have done better with the 1964 entertainment. Come on. You have other acts out there. Heck, get a new and upcoming, a couple young country stars. I love Michael Ray. Lee Brice, who's established. Somebody like that. What was wrong with the way they planned these festivals? That's all I'm saying. What upcoming concert will you be attending? Well, we have tickets for the Champaign County Fair, which if Bagel Fest would take a page out of their booking strategy, they would be doing better. They're going to have Dustin Lynch, Dylan Scott, and Jimmy Allen. Now, I don't care all that much for Jimmy Allen, but Dylan Scott and Dustin Lynch, two good acts. See, we could have had those two, let alone for Bagel Fest. I don't know what's wrong with this person who hires for Bagel Fest, but they've got issues. Just saying. Does your YouTube videos ever wake up Grandpa? He's always in the next room, and he's never complained about it before, so I don't think he'll complain about it now. When you get a friend request from someone you don't know, how do you handle that now versus, say, 2 years ago? I look at mutual friends, which doesn't always tell you a whole lot, because then I now call the mutual friend, and I'm like, okay, Where do you go with this? Are they good person, bad person? What would make them send me a friend request if I don't know them especially? 2 years ago, I was very trusting. I would friend people. If I could see they had mutual friends that I knew, I would say, they must be good people. I've learned you don't necessarily do that. I had to learn that the hard way, but I have learned. You are a planner. You like to plan ahead. May we know about your birthday plans and any changes? As I shared with you earlier, my mom was talking about having my birthday at her house, which I was like going, no. It's in Louisville, Illinois, and I have to drive there, and I know it's nice they want to cook for me and all, but I was like, we'll just do it later in August. And I love them dearly. I thank you for the wanting to cook. That's great. But I thought to myself, if we're not going to Cracker Barrel, we're going to go to the Candy Kitchen up at Tuscola, Illinois. We're going to eat there so I can come back here, mini golf, kick my little niece's butt at it, because I'm pretty good. And probably my mom will get competitive and think that she can outbeat me, which can't be done. I'm the bombshell. And I do kick butt at mini golf. It's the one time that I actually have patience. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. Now, what would my plans be that day? I would say let's go up to Tuscola, eat at the Candy Kitchen or Burger King. Preferably the Candy Kitchen, though. And then we're going to move down to Mattoon, play mini golf, hit Goodwill, and maybe just do some like little thrift store shopping around the area, because I enjoy that more than anything, and it's on a Saturday, so that's really great. But definitely come home, and hopefully by that time my DVD player's working, so I can watch my Unleashing Mr. Darcy, Marrying Mr. Darcy, 8 Seconds, Urban Cowboy, all the good movies for my birthday in the nice air conditioning of my house. Yay! Okay, what drink do you like to enjoy during this heat wave? In case you all don't know it, we're in the dog days of summer. That goes through August 11th. But they say tomorrow we're supposed to get rain in the PM hours. So maybe it'll break some of this heat monotony. At the same time, it's going to make the grass grow. I know, one evil to one positive. But what I drink during this heat wave is unsweetened tea. Also, my bottled water, but my bottled flavored water is my ultimate favorite. There's no sugar, no calories, no sweetener, and great flavor. So I don't know how they do it. I don't want to know how they do it. All I want to know is there's 0 calories, and it's good for me. I asked the dentist when I did the tooth thing. I asked him all about the bottled water, because I had heard the rumors that bottled water was bad for our mouths, and I had heard that, the flavored water was bad, and he died laughing and said, I would rather you drink that than my Diet Cokes that I drink every day. And for a dentist to be that honest, that tells you something. Okay. Are you adjusting okay with the missing back tooth? It has been a very different sensation to get used to. I won't lie. I'm praying, knock on wood, that it's the only sensation like that I'll have to ever get used to. But I know as we get older, our body, our mouth changes, and we don't always get what we want in life, which is the sad facts of life. But hopefully that remains the only missing tooth I have. Do you believe the heat or the garden burger affected your health today with the migraine and nausea? It's a catch-22. I'm not a doctor. I will tell you, I spent over, I think, 3.5 hours outside. And I know they told people to, make sure you're hydrated and all that crap. But let me just put it this way. I think that it was a mixture of the two. And I tried to lay down, and it just didn't happen. So I don't know if that was it or not. But I had 2 Tylenol extra strength, 2 tension headache, Excedrin migraine, and or whatever they call this, tension headache relief. And between the two, it was the tension headache relief that actually made the difference. The Tylenol didn't even touch it. Do you enjoy working outside the house gardening or inside the house cleaning more? I would say when I push myself more outside because I want it to be, I want the flowers to really, show their sparkle and shine, if you will. And I want the tomato plant to flourish, which it's been doing really well. I worked out there today on it, got some tomatoes for the house. One of my friends, I had told my friends on Facebook, you're all welcome to come by, get some green windowsill tomatoes. One of my friends contacted me, and from the looks of the tomato vine, I hope she enjoys the tomatoes. It looks like that she did get some. And there's some still on there that's going to be growing for a while. And I read on one of the articles that as you prune, as you pick, the more come on. So I did prune a little bit today, so hopefully that'll help with the tomatoes. I would say definitely I like the outside more than I like working on the inside. Just saying. Do you believe that you will have any surprises or unexpected guests for your birthday? If time has taught me anything, I have learned that you don't set yourself up for a big disappointment or a big letdown. And I can honestly say, other than family, I don't look for any surprises, and I don't look for any unexpected guests. Do you have any birthday gift ideas you can share with us? Absolutely. If you want to do any kind of birthday gifts for me, on Facebook, if you're a Facebook friend of mine, I have a charity thing where you give back. I picked Central Illinois Sheltie Rescue. Why, you may ask? When I lost my dear Kobe, and I bawled and I thought the world had come to an end, which to me it did. It was just horrible. And, I would love to have another Shetland sheepdog, but we have Peanut, and he's adorable in his own way, but there's only one Kobe. And, that loss hit me so hard. And he's always going to be a place in my heart, and his birthday would be in August as well. So, therefore, I'm asking everybody to donate to that on Facebook. And thank you if you do. I donated $5. Other than that, if you want to get me a gift that I will use personally, besides cash, I'm always good with cash. I can put that in my savings account, by the way, if you give me cash. Straight Talk cards for my cell phone. Even if it's a $45 card for a month of service, that's a great idea. Also, I would say gift cards. I have a gift card from Best Buy from about 2 years ago that I haven't used yet. I'm waiting to build up the Best Buy gift card so I can get a Surface 2. So that would be really cool. Also a gift card to Goodwill, B&D Groceries, Aldi's, Dollar Tree, gift card to places we eat, Cracker Barrel, Wendy's, Arby's, those kind of places. And I greatly appreciate any gift that you may think of because it means you took the time out of your busy day to think of me. I collect carousel horses. I also collect, good gravy, a lot of stuff, DVDs and music and books from my piano. eBay. I love eBay. If you give me a gift card to eBay, I would probably be over the moon happy. Gift card to, trying to think of all the places. B&D, Goodwill, Dollar General, Aldi's. But all those kind of stores would definitely come in handy. Have you lost interest in wrestling since your virtual divorce? What a question. If you all know me, I have always loved wrestling, and I still have lots of wrestling memorabilia around me. I mean, it's not like I've lost complete interest. No. I will say that I'm interested in the Raw reunion, which happens on Monday. However, outside of that, I'm looking forward to AEW wrestling in October on the TNT network. To me, WWE has lost a lot. I don't know if it's just the way they handle their storylines or if it's the way they handle their performance in ring. It's lacking, and it's just not as good as it once was. So therefore, maybe I have lost some interest in, oh my goodness, what's going on Raw and what's going on SmackDown, or what happened while I was away. I haven't done a whole lot of pay-per-view reviews on here. If you notice, it's because they lost Dean Ambrose. I love him, but he's going to be on AEW as Jon Moxley. Chris Jericho is on AEW, and they're going to have JR do the ring announcing on AEW, which I know they've already been doing, but I'm looking so forward to AEW, and maybe once they get that going up on TNT, then I'll regain my interest as much, and it'll give WWE something to, get their even their announcers. I can't stand Michael Cole. I can't stand that Corey Graves. And, just those two alone. Renee's okay because she's John's wife over there on AEW. But, other than that, it's like it lacks a lot of luster. And it's sad. Question 20. Can you believe that? We've just moved through all these. Been watching your videos. Enjoy the throwback to the 80s and 90s. I noticed that in your opinion, you always say that there's more substance to those songs and more meaning, like story songs. And what do you say is missing in today's music and why the women are not getting the airplay? Well, if you look back at the songs from even the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, they didn't yell. They didn't have to throw what they have in the song in order to get their point across. Like, there's some Carrie Underwood songs I feel like she's just yelling, and we're not getting the point of the song. Why? Because she's over here singing, church bells ringing, ringing. It's like, okay, I heard the ringing, you don't need to keep repeating it. And then you have people like, I like Kelsey Ballerini, so I ain't going to pick on you, girl. But there's some of the new kids out there that when they sing, like, I even like Marin Morse, but there's just some of her stuff that it's just over the top. And the reason you girls aren't getting airplay, you're not paying respects to the previous ones. Heck, go back, do some songs from the cover songs, and make them your own, okay? But you don't have to yell. You don't have to shout. You'll get your point across, and you'll sing. I promise you, you'll get a hit. You'll get airplay. But to me, the reason they're not playing you is because you don't have the substance. You don't have what the previous women had in order to look after country music, to keep it driving on. And it's sad. Well, that concludes 20 questions for 59. And guess what? We're going to do some Dear Bombshells. And that's next. You don't want to go nowhere.